So can you tell us what you were doing before Year Up and how you heard about this program and why you decided to join?
Before Year Up, I was babysitting my brothers. I heard about the program from my cousin. I didn't really know what to do much after high school since I couldn't afford to go to college. Therefore, my cousin told me about the program. He said it was a great opportunity, that they would, it's a really supportive program. So I decided to join because I wanted to still learn and earn my college credits and use it as a stepping stone to further my career, my knowledge in technology.
So you just mentioned furthering your career in technology. Why do you want to work in this space of tech?
I find it really interesting. It's just every aspect about it is interesting. I want to learn more. I find myself really being a great asset in a corporate company or working in tech in general.
So can you tell us one of the biggest challenges or growth areas that you faced during the learning and development phase here at Year Up, and what did you do to overcome this challenge?
A greatest growth area?
Yeah, either your biggest challenge or a growth area.
Public speaking would be a growth area because I tend to get really nervous before coming up to a big crowd of people. Therefore, I tried my best to practice. I practice in front of a mirror and in front of my cousin. She would help me a lot whenever I had a project with like narrative speech. For example, I practiced my narrative speech in front of my cousin, and that helped a lot to be more confident and feel more confident in myself and to go up in front of the crowd the next day, my colleagues, to present my narrative speech.
And what do you plan to do to ensure that you are set up for success in this area when you move on to internship?
I plan to be organized and just try to ask if I need help for anything, ask my team members or colleagues for help, and just network with people so I could understand the feel of the company and just try my best to fit in and understand.
I think the question was how can you work on the growth area and making sure that it's no longer a problem at internship. Is that right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
So how can I work on the growth area?
Or continue making sure that you're constantly working and becoming more confident in your public speaking skills during internship, even after your L&D.
Okay. I would network with people, even though I feel uncomfortable. I would step out of my comfort zone and network with people and try to learn about their experiences and just put myself out there so they know who I am and they know my skills, and just that would help my public speaking skills and my confidence.
Okay.
So did you have a chance to review the internship descriptions in the back of your packet?
Yes.
Great. And out of those internships, which one kind of stood out to you?
IT.
IT? Great. So can you explain to us what makes you a strong candidate for that specific internship, so for IT?
For IT. I like helping others. So I believe that by being in IT help desk, for example, I would be able to help others with their technical difficulties, and I'd be able to assist and just basically really help. During learning and development phase, I've learned the ticketing system for Salesforce, and that will be useful for that role.
Great, thank you.
So, Sarai, question I have for you is, this is more in the context of putting you into a scenario at your workplace, at your internship. And then if you need me to repeat anything, let me know, because it's kind of a long question, okay? It's, if you were asked to schedule a weekly 15-minute meeting, right? A check-in meeting to check in with your team, kind of know the status of a project or a workflow, to update each other about projects going on, how would you do that? If you're given a task to schedule that meeting, you know, to make sure you get a team of people together to update each other on the workflow, the project, you know, and then what's going on with the project once a week, what approach would you take? How would you get the whole thing started from beginning to end?
Is this the check?
Hmm?
How would I go about doing that?
Yeah, how would you go about scheduling that meeting and making sure that happens once a week, every week, that 15-minute meeting for the update about the project that's happening?
I would send a meeting request and just every 15. Okay, can you repeat the question?
Yeah.
Sorry.
So if you were given a task to schedule a weekly meeting that was 15 minutes long, so you can be in sync with what's going on with different people for a project, how would you approach, or how would you handle that task? What would be the steps you take in order to schedule that meeting and making sure that everyone meets once a week for 15 minutes to update each other about a project that's happening and what's going on?
I would make sure everyone will be available at that certain time.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure, just try to get everyone together by speaking to them, being clear as possible about when the meeting is going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you'll figure out everyone's availability and then figure out a set time where everyone can meet and be as clear as possible about when the meeting's going to happen, and then what tool are you going to use in order Outlook? Okay, and then what will you do in Outlook?
On there.
Yeah.
So I have to tell you how to do that?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, as if I had no idea.
Oh, okay. Well, you would go to and can I show you how to do it? Because I feel like if I do it, I can explain.
It's gonna be a tech demo piece, but more so just talking.
By memory?
Yeah. You don't have to be specific detail, just like general steps. You said send a calendar invite, and then what happens after you send the calendar invite?
You put it so it's every week and every 15 minutes. Every week, right? And 15 minutes at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And you would add everyone who will be attending the meeting.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. All right. So next question I have for you is, what makes you stand out amongst your peers in a workplace? What makes you unique?
I'm very goal-driven. I'm a team player and work well with others. I once led a team here at Europe to create a business product.
Mm-hmm.
We created the business plan and we pitched it to our colleagues. That there were the potential investors, and we won the business pitch. Like I said, I'm really goal-driven, and when I set myself to accomplish a certain goal, I do my best to complete it and accomplish it, and achieve it.
Okay. And next question I have for you is, tell me a time you felt you were going to fail and you worked hard to succeed. So you changed the direction that you feel like you were going. You're about to fail, but what did you do in order to make sure you did it in order to succeed?
So in high school, in my AP Spanish class, I thought I was going to fail the AP exam. I studied really hard for the exam. I I would stay during lunch in a classroom and study with my colleagues who were also taking the exam in order for me to pass the exam. And I did so. I did pass the exam with the 5.
Yeah, so you study really hard,
Yeah.
you put in extra time to understand it, and you utilize your colleagues to understand. Yeah. Yeah. What are you doing 3 or 4?
We can move on to the technical
Okay,
task.
yeah, yeah. So we're gonna stop it here